stages exploring the universe, we reach our home planet, Earth. It would be more appropriate to call our home world Oceania rather than Earth. Less than a third of its surface is dry land. A lucky set of circumstances makes this planet hospitable to life. Earth occupies an orbit known as the Goldilocks zone, which is neither so close to the Sun that the temperatures reach too high for liquid water to exist, nor so distant that they plunge so low that water freezes. Within this narrow band of special conditions, biology can function. A dense atmosphere protects the Earth's surface against excessive ultraviolet radiation from the Sun, while an abundance of water creates a vast realm in which the chemistry of life can be sustained. Are these circumstances unique, or do countless similar worlds exist in the universe? The Moon, our nearest companion in space, was formed when the Earth was just 100 million years old. A wayward young planetary body, approximately the size of Mars, smashed into the Earth. The impact sent vast amounts of rubble into space, creating a ring-shaped swarm of debris around the Earth. As this coalesced, the Moon took shape. Its materials are a mix of contributions from the original stray collider and the Earth. Familiar continents are clearly visible in this beautiful natural colour composite of planet Earth, derived from different sets of space satellite data. The Indian subcontinent is at the centre of this view, with the Persian Gulf and the Red Sea at the middle left, and Africa is at the far left edge. The following shots were all taken by crew members aboard the International Space Station. Human technologies are evident on a planet-wide scale, especially at night when the lights of our cities are aglow. Parts of Europe and Africa are illuminated here, as are the bright lights of Cairo and Alexandria in Egypt on the Mediterranean coast, or the US cities of Mobile, New Orleans and Houston. Here, Hurricane Marilyn drifted dangerously over Puerto Rico in September 1995. The southern half of Puerto Rico can be seen outside the cloud cover, and the island of Hispaniola is at its lower left. Deserts are a prominent part of the terrestrial landscape, covering more than a fifth of the dry surface of Earth. This is part of the African Sahara, seen from orbit. Rocky granite outcrops push through the drifting sands. The Earth's atmosphere seen edge on in this image taken from the space station. Cloud formations are seen silhouetted against the setting sun. The atmosphere is our only protection against the vacuum of space, and it does not amount to much. If the Earth were the size of an apple, the breathable layers of air would be no thicker than the apple's skin. Here, the west coast of Somalia in North Africa dominates this view, with the Gulf of Aden and the coast of Yemen at the top. The Indian Ocean is bottom right. No other planet in the solar system has liquid water flowing freely on the surface. Electrically charged subatomic particles from the Sun interact with the Earth's magnetic field and upper atmosphere, creating ghostly displays of light. On a clear night over the far northern areas of the world, it's easy to witness the eerie glow of an aurora undulating in the sky. Similar displays are also visible in the far southern polar regions. radar images taken from space at different times and then overlapped as a single image show stresses in the Earth's crust. The colour coding reveals areas of crustal movement that have occurred between one scan date and the next. These tensions eventually resolve themselves in the form of earthquakes. We are the first generation who can claim a permanent human presence away from the surface of Earth. The International Space Station is always occupied by at least 6 people. One day we will establish colonies on the Moon and Mars. Our Earth is also blessed with a moon, and it is the largest natural satellite in the solar system relative to its parent planet. The near side of the moon is the face that we always see. It is a mixture of smooth, dark terrain called seas and bright highlands. To the upper right of the centre in this image, the seas of tranquility and serenity are visible, with the smaller oval of the Sea of Storms between them and the edge of the moon's disk. The prominent impact crater towards the south is Tycho. The spokes shooting out in all directions consist of debris thrown out by the original impact. The lunar far side is always turned away from the Earth. It is markedly dominated by highland terrain and crater impacts, with very few of the darker lowland seas exhibited by the near side. Many people call this hidden face the dark side, but it receives just as much sunlight overall as the rest of the moon. Space travellers get an excellent view of the moon rising above the Earth's atmosphere. In this photo, taken by the crew of the space shuttle orbiting the Earth once every 90 minutes, through their windows the moon would seem to rise and set 16 times per day. Molten lava created the flat seas on the moon's near side. The Earth's gravity shaped the lava, preventing much of it from flowing into the far side terrain. As a consequence, many ancient impact craters are still evident on the far side. The Earth was similarly pounded early in its history, but wind and weather have eroded most of the scars. The moon's natural colour is greyish-white, but space-based instruments that reach beyond the scope of the human eye see other colours. This image shows a glow of X-rays generated by oxygen, magnesium, aluminium and silicon atoms in the lunar dust. The rays are caused by fluorescence when solar radiation bombards the surface. Mankind's first step on the moon are preserved in the dust at Apollo 11 landing site in the Sea of Tranquility. Future lunar visits will need to respect the site as a historic landmark. 12 humans in all have walked on the moon's surface during the Apollo missions between 1969 and 1972. Prints of their boots in the lunar dust and the tracks left by their wheeled rovers and carts will survive for thousands of years, and perhaps even tens of thousands. The next series of photos are a wide view assembled from multiple overlapping photographs taken during the Apollo 17 mission in December 1972. Collectively, they'd be too small to show in one image, so I have spread them out here and hope you can appreciate their beauty. Shows the astronaut Harrison Smith and his battery-powered lunar roving vehicle at the edge of a small deep crater, nicknamed Shorty. This was the last manned lunar mission, but we may return there in the very near future. This image was delivered by the Jupiter-bound Galileo spacecraft as it hurtled past the Moon in 1992, heading for deep space. The false colour scheme highlights changes in mineral content. The blue and orange shades indicate terrain shaped by ancient volcanic lava flows. The dark blue Sea of Tranquility at the lower left is rich in titanium. Near the bottom of the image, the Sea of Storms is surrounded by pink, indicating lunar highland material. When a meteorite strikes the Moon, the energy of the smash melts some of this splattering rock, a fraction of which cools into tiny glass beads, known as spherules. Many of these were found in lunar soil samples returned to Earth by the Apollo astronauts. This spherule, no larger than a speck of sand, is particularly interesting because it has been the victim of an even smaller impact. A miniature crater is visible on the upper left, surrounded by fragmented area caused by the shockwaves of the small impact. Hadley Rill looks like a meandering river, but no such thing is possible on the airless Moon, because liquid water could never have existed there. The rill was carved by flowing lava. The sinuous feature, a prime target for the Apollo 15 mission, is named after the nearby Mount Hadley, the obvious tall peak at the top right of this view. Apollo astronauts took many pictures of Earth rising above the lifeless lunar horizon. Most of us will have seen this, or some similar image, reinforcing our sense of Earth's fragility against the black and empty immensity of space. Close-up photo of the Aridaeus Rill, taken by the crew of Apollo 10, shows the channel was formed by lava flowing underneath the lunar surface. Then the roof of the channel collapsed, leaving this characteristic valley-like structure. Even though no liquid water exists on the Moon, there is evidence of water ice nestling in the shadows of deep craters, or buried under the soil. The water was probably brought to the Moon by cometary impacts. Future lunar explorers may be able to extract oxygen and hydrogen from the water ice. The blue area shown terrain rich in hydrogen, probably bound up in frozen water molecules. In October 2009, stage of the NASA's Lunar Sea Rater Observation and Sensing Satellite, LWOS, spacecraft was deliberately crashed into the permanently shadowed Cabeus crater near the South Pole, generating a plume of soil debris that could be analysed by other orbiting instruments. The red star marks the impact site, and the white digital graphic marker at the bottom right indicates the polar axis. And that concludes our discovery of Earth and its Moon. I hope you found this interesting and maybe saw some images you may not have previously. If you did, do please hit the like button, please subscribe to the channel, And if you hit the notification bell, you'll be alerted every time a new video is uploaded. Thank you very much for watching. I do really appreciate it. Take care, everybody. Peace.